What's going on, everybody? Today we've got an absolutely fantastic 4-3-3 tactic for you guys called Gormy's 4-3-3 Destroyer that I tested with Liverpool, tested with Lincoln City and Southampton as well. Did absolutely fantastic with all of them, and I'm really surprised with how well Lincoln City did with it because of the roles that I ended up using. Now, this tactic is kind of inspired by the way that Liverpool play, and it will utilize an inverted wingback on the right side, which is kind of the role that Trent Alexander-Arnold plays. So if you're looking for a tactic that utilizes this type of role, this is definitely going to be the one for you. So how did all three clubs end up performing? Well, Southampton, as we can see right here, they ended up winning the league on 99 points, 1 point more than Norwich City. They did absolutely fantastic. And two of the big time performers were the right winger and the striker, those being Che Adams and Adam Armstrong, who combined for 49 goals. And when it comes to Lincoln City, how did they do? As they're kind of supposed to finish mid-table. Well, they ended up winning the league, and they're going to be playing in the Sky Bet Championship thanks to this tactic. They finished on 98 points, 6 points clear of Reading. They did absolutely fantastic as well. They also had a decent cup run in the Papa John's Trophy. They unfortunately got knocked out in the semifinal by Portsmouth, though. And Ben House was the biggest goal contributor for them, scoring 25. When it comes to Liverpool, how did they perform? Well, won the league on 91 points, 11 points clear of Manchester City, which is not easy to do. We also won the Carabao Cup. Unfortunately, got knocked out in the semi-final of the FA Cup by Crystal Palace, who lost to Arsenal in the final, or else we could have done a treble right there. But we actually did complete the treble by beating Manchester City in the Europa League final by a score of 3-2. So we were just one game away from doing a quadruple with this tactic with Liverpool. And player performance-wise for them, they had 8 different players scoring double digits. Yet they only had 3 players with double-digit assists because basically everyone was contributing assist-wise. But one of those players that had double-digit assists and double-digit goals was Trent Alexander-Arnold, playing as that inverted wingback on attack, which you will see here in a moment. He was absolutely fantastic. So now that we've gone over that, let's see how it builds up in play. Up top, we have an advanced forward on attack. On the left wing is an inside forward on attack. Right winger is a winger on attack. The left central midfielder is an advanced playmaker on attack, where the right central midfielder is a ball-winning midfielder on support. Endo is playing as a halfback. That's what the defensive midfielder role will be. We have Robertson playing as a wingback on support. Virgil van Dijk and Karim Konate are both playing as ball-playing defenders on defend. Alexander-Arnold playing as an inverted wingback on attack, and Allison is playing as a sweep keeper on support. So how does this look in build-up play, being that we have a halfback, we've got a wingback, we've got an inverted wingback on attack? Andy Robertson, who is our left back here, is going to be overlapping. So being that Luis Diaz is the inside forward on attack, he's going to cut in with Darwin Nunez up front. Andy Robertson will overlap up here. We're going to have Virgil van Dijk go a little bit wider, Konate go a little bit wider, as will Endo. Szoboszlai, being an advanced playmaker on attack, is going to come up here. Mo Salah is a winger on attack, but I instruct him to cut inside. So he's also going to be coming inside. Now, with McAllister being a ball-winning midfielder, he is going to come up, but he's going to slide over so that Trent Alexander-Arnold can play in behind here. And then we've got Karim Konate, we've got Endo, we've got Virgil van Dijk, and obviously when we are in their zone, in their half, it is going to be pushed up a little bit more, but this is kind of how it's going to play. Now, being that Mo Salah is a winger on attack, you will notice that there is quite a bit of space here. He can occupy all of this space, and being that he is a very smart player, and if you have a player that is very, very smart, they are going to know to utilize said space. So Darwin Nunez could drag himself over here. Diaz can drag himself over here. And it kind of plays like a 3-2-1-4. That is how it will build up for you. But also realize that if Mo Salah does wish to cut inside, or your right winger does wish to cut inside, as they are instructed that they can do so, he will come in like this, and it'll kind of be a little bit more compact in the box. So you have a couple different scoring options there for yourselves, but a majority of the time this is how it is going to look in the build-up, and there are plenty of triangles to pass between to where you have Some pretty good tiki-taka play, but this is also very gegenpressing as well. So now that we've gone over the tactical board side of things, let's go over the FM side of things now. So when you guys are looking to download this tactic, you will be able to download it from my Discord. I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description. You will find it in the download section of the Discord. That is where you'll be able to download it from. The file will be called Gormy's 433 Destroyer. Now, we've got the advanced forward on attack up top. All that we have added to them is shoot more often. The inside forward on attack on the left side, crosses aimed at center and shoot more often. Here we have the winger on attack with Mo Salah. Now, the version that you will be downloading doesn't have him cutting inside, but you can have him cut inside, which I actually prefer him cutting inside. So if you like him staying wider, keeping that wider shape, you don't want it to get compact at all in the box, definitely feel free to leave it exactly like this. If you want it to get a little bit more compact so you have 3 goal scoring options in the box, definitely feel free to put it on to where he can cut inside. All that you have to do with that, just click on it, go to instructions, and then put cut inside with ball. But all that we have added to him is crosses aimed at center and shoot more often. The advanced playmaker on attack, all that they have is crosses aimed at the far post. Ball winning midfielder on support has take more risks and crosses aimed at the far post. The halfback on defend has take more risks. Wingback on support has cross more often, crosses aimed at center. Both ball-playing defenders on defend are instructed to stay wider. The inverted wingback on attack is left as is, and the sweeper keeper on support is also left as is. Now, mentality-wise with this tactic, I do suggest either going positive or attacking. This is set to be played positive off the rip, but I do suggest playing either positive or attacking this year. They are very, very good. If you want to go balanced, definitely feel free to, but realize that Lincoln City and Southampton were both utilizing this exact tactic, and they both played on positive. So if you don't really feel that your team can have a high goal scoring output with this, then feel free to go balanced. You'll get the best of both worlds. You'll get goals. You'll also get some pretty solid defensive play, but I do suggest going positive or attacking with this tactic. So, when we're in possession, fairly narrow attacking width, overlap on the left, underlap on the right, and play out from the defense. We work the ball into the box, and we use low crosses in the final third, shorter passing directness, and higher tempo. When in transition, we counter press and counter distribute quickly to the fullbacks and the center backs, aka distribute quickly to your defense. And once out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, and much more often trigger press. Like I said, multiple triangles for tiki-taka, and also very, very gegenpressing, which is that heavy metal football style that Jurgen Klopp likes to implement with his sides. So, once again, if you wish to give this tactic a go, I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description where you are going to be able to download it from in the download section of the Discord. And when it comes to the Mo Salah role, that winger on attack, you can instruct him to cut inside or leave it as is. The reason why I was talking about cutting inside earlier is because I've tested with both. It works very well with both. If you leave it as winger on attack, just as is, how it is currently, he will 100% stay wider majority of the time. If you instruct them to cut inside, and because they will be smart players, they will end up either cutting inside or staying wider, knowing when to do which. But now that we've gone over all of that, let's see how it performs within the match engine. So there we have it. Absolutely fantastic tactic. Very fun to use tactic as well. Especially if you are wanting to play this heavy metal style of football. It is absolutely perfect for you and your sides. One thing, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but during those highlights, Diogo Jota was playing as the winger on attack. And even though in that game specifically, I did not have on the cut inside for the winger on attack on the right, he still did it because he is a smart player. So sometimes your players will do it without even having it on, so just keep that in mind. So if you want them to stay wider, definitely feel free to do so, and you just leave it as it is right now when you download it, or you could put it on cut inside with the ball, and they will do it much more often for you. But if you guys happen to enjoy today's video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so why not hit that sub button. If you wish to download this tactic, once again, Discord link will be down below in the description for you guys to download the tactic from my Discord in the download section. And why not check out more tactics that I've done this year in FM24. I'll be popping them up on screen right now, as well as all the other videos that I have done for FM24 this year as well. But everyone, until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.